And now it's time for The Truth About Embryonic and Adult Stem Cell Research, What the Media's Not Telling You, the series where we explode myths perpetuated by politicians and the media.
Last time, we discussed how the media seems to have abandoned all attempts at fact-checking, at least when it comes to adult versus embryonic stem cells. Today, we'll dispel some more myths that have been perpetuated by the media. For instance, how often have you heard it said, the Catholic Church is opposed to stem cell research? I'm so tired of hearing that because it's wrong. The Catholic Church is not opposed to stem cell research, only the research that uses cells taken from human embryos that were killed and dissected, known as embryonic stem cell research. The Catholic Church is in favor of research that uses adult stem cells and IPS, or induced pluripotent stem cells. Not only in favor of this type of research, but actively promotes it.
As of May 2012, it's Mercy Medical Center and St. Agnes Hospital, both Catholic hospitals, that are the only hospitals in Maryland collecting umbilical cord blood, so the adult stem cells can be used to treat leukemia, sickle cell disease, and other diseases.
And the Vatican just announced it's investing $1 million in a collaboration on adult stem cell research with a company called NeoStem. Now there's another myth regarding the Catholic Church that I'd like to address. But first, let's start with a quick true or false quiz. Only 2 questions, true or false.
Number 1, the Catholic Church teaches that rain is composed mostly of water, and number 2, the Catholic Church teaches that life begins at conception.
Number 1, the Catholic Church teaches that rain is composed mostly of water. True or false? Let's break that down because you know how tricky a true or false question can be. Rain is mostly composed of water, but if you've ever analyzed it chemically, you'll know there's a lot of other stuff in there too. So it's mostly water with a lot of contaminants. But we know this from science, from chemistry. So does the Catholic Church teach anything about chemistry? No. Rain is mostly water, but that's not something the Catholic Church teaches. So question number 1 is false. The Church doesn't teach anything about the chemical composition of rain.
Number 2, the Catholic Church teaches that life begins at conception.
We know that human life begins at conception, and we know this from science, from biology, from human embryology. Let's look at some examples from human embryology textbooks. These I borrowed from my friend Richard Dorflinger. If you ever want to know anything about stem cell research, Richard is the go-to guy. He and David Prentice, they're awesome. Life does begin at conception, and this is a basic biological fact found in standard human embryology textbooks. Here are 2 quotes.
Zygote. This cell results from the union of an oocyte, an egg, and a sperm during fertilization. A zygote is the beginning of a new human being. That's from the Developing Human, Clinically Oriented Embryology. And the development of a human begins with fertilization, a process by which the spermatozoon from the male and the oocyte from the female unite to give rise to a new organism, the zygote, from Langman's Medical Embryology.
Does the Catholic Church teach anything about biology or human embryology? No. So the statement, the Catholic Church teaches that life begins at conception, is false. However, the statement, life begins at conception, is true. Do you see the difference? One statement is about religion, the other about science.
So when you look at this 6-week-old embryo and wonder whether he or she is a human being, ask yourself another question. If it's not a human being, what is it? A fish? A giraffe? A humpback whale? Human parents produce human offspring. It's simply impossible for this little guy to be anything other than a human life.
Biology, not religion, tells us that the union of a human egg and a human sperm can only be one thing, a human being.
Tune in next time when we'll discuss human cloning in Lesson 7 of The Truth About Embryonic and Adult Stem Cell Research.